The tool represents an attempt to reveal the complexity of global supply chains to a non-specialist audience. The tool uses macroeconomic data on the trade flows across different sectors and countries to represent typical supply chains from a wide variety of industries, visually showing the links and interdependencies between them. Let's take as an example one of the most impacting and polluting supply chains, the one related to the production of lead, zinc, and tin. Through the use of the tool, we can map the global contribution to the demand for these products in a given country, highlighting global flows of commodities and services, and analyzing the geographical complexity of supply chains. After selecting the production of lead, zinc, and tin from the sectoral drop-down box, let's select Greece as the country for developing our analysis. The tool rapidly shows a visual representation of the supply chain. The intensity of the colors per country represents the fraction of inputs coming from different parts of the globe. By scrolling on the map and clicking on countries, we can highlight the top contributions coming from different economic sectors within each country, all of which, for our example, contribute to the production of lead, zinc, and tin being consumed in Greece. The tool allows the user to get an understanding of the domestic inputs contributing to such demand for these products. For instance, we see that Greece greatly contributes to its own lead, zinc, and tin supply chain, with 62% of total inputs. The tool displays the top 5 contributing sectors of the chosen supply chain in each country. Therefore, for our example, it is possible to estimate the input coming from semi-finished goods from the lead, zinc, and tin industry itself, which we see represent nearly 40% of all inputs. We also see significant inputs coming from the public administration and wholesale and retail trades. Moving the pointer around the map, we can appreciate the contribution of other countries. For instance, China contributes just over 5% of inputs, coming from a broad array of sectors, including non-ferrous metal production and wholesale and retail trade to the Greek supply chain. We can see a large contribution from the Russian Federation, which primarily comes from its lead, zinc, and tin production sector, as well as significant inputs from India, the UK, and Germany. It is important to highlight that we are here representing typical supply chains based on national accounts which are produced by offices for national statistics. But we want to stress that the high level of accuracy of these datasets allows users to get an understanding of the complexity of multi-tier global supply chains. It is possible that these could be severely underestimated if primary data collection was to be undertaken. One interesting thing to note is the breadth of contributions shown, coming from sectors which we may not necessarily expect. For example, in our exploration of lead, zinc, and tin production in Greece, we see a not insignificant contribution from the hotels and restaurant sector in the United States. These percentages may seem small, but in terms of the magnitude of this selected industry, they represent significant capital flows. A second core component of the tool is the inclusion of indicators and additional information relating to aspects of justice within the supply chain. This draws on the wider work of the JUST2CE project, which emphasizes the importance of considering issues of labor, gender, and environmental justice in the transition to a circular future. Whilst we expect additional updates within the coming weeks and months, the current version of the tool includes a relatively broad selection of factors across dimensions of gender, labor, and environmental justice. By scrolling on the country pop-ups, we can see various information, including ecological footprint, the gender wage gap, the Global Rights Index, and reported environmental conflicts. Let's look at a couple of examples. The Global Rights Index is an assessment of trade union freedom and labor rights, which has been designed and produced by the International Trade Union Confederation since 2014. A score of 1 is good, indicating only sporadic violation of rights, whereas a score of 5 indicates no guarantee of rights. As we can see, according to the 2023 assessment, Greece has a rating of 4, representing systematic violation of rights. The user can click through to the Global Rights Index website to read further information and explore other cases. The tool also indicates the number of environmental conflicts that have been documented on the Environmental Justice Atlas. This is a resource initially created by researchers and allows for people around the world to submit in-depth case studies relating to environmental conflicts. For example, in Greece, 17 cases have been documented so far, particularly in relation to waste management. We can click through to the atlas to explore these case studies further. As our work has shown across the JUST2CE project, environmental conflicts, as well as in aspects of gender and labour justice, demand attention in the consideration of pathways to circularity. The transitions directory, embedded within our website, showcases some of the research findings from the wider JUST2CE project. This distills our reports into user-friendly web pages where users are able to learn more about key terms and issues, explore case studies, and find links to further resources and information. This is an expanding resource which we are continually updating with the ongoing findings of the project, and we hope it provides valuable insights into important issues which are often forgotten in discussion of circular futures. A further round of development of the tool is currently underway. This will link environmental impacts across a set of commonly used indicators to the inputs being represented, as well as including a series of other functionalities which will allow an even more detailed analysis of the supply chains.